Despite Lacy's death in April, Ori hasn't stopped trying to exonerate him from allegations he caused a fatal crash in Thibodaux that took the life of 78-year-old Herman Hall.
Was a great man with a loving family.
State police charged the wide receiver with negligent homicide after they say his actions of illegally passing cars caused another car to fatally impact Hall's car as they swerved to avoid Lacy.
I've got everything. I've got every piece of evidence I have viewed. I've examined every piece of evidence.
Ori appeared on a segment on HTV with host Martin Folse to discuss what he found in the Lafourche Parish District Attorney's investigation as compared to the original state police investigation. The conclusion of the DA's report was that Lacy was not responsible for the wreck.
Look at this. The boy is not responsible for the wreck, but he has taken his own life. Rest in peace. He took his own life due to how the media slandered him. And the police did an awful job with their investigation. They got the facts incorrect. They got this man locked up on 3 different charges. Big charge, saying that he's responsible for that man's death when he had nothing to do with it. He wasn't even close. And after further investigation, it took a year for this video to come out and this other information to come out after this man has already taken his life. This is ridiculous. And the media really needs to start focusing on being accurate instead of trying to be first. Because I know the media played a part in him tragically taking his own life, because now he turns on his phone. He sees his face everywhere. Oh, in charge for death, in charge for killing somebody. He turns on the TV, in charge of killing somebody, in charge of killing somebody. Everybody around him is seeing this, texting him, oh, did you really do it? Oh, what really happened? Oh, tell us the story. Oh, we see you on the news. And just the weight of being wrongfully accused makes you feel like you convicted and that you should have just done it yourself. And with everybody weighing in, mind you, he's a kid. He was a kid. And not only did he have that to deal with, he's also dealing with stardom because he was a huge and high draft prospect. He was going to get drafted. He was going to be in the NFL. So he not only has to deal with the fame, the fortune, the notoriety, and everything that comes along with that, but now he has this huge red mark on his record and his legacy, and he has to deal with all this stuff as a young man. And there's no way that anybody can ever prepare for this. And he did not do anything. Y'all remember when y'all was kids and maybe you had a sibling and they said that you did something wrong? And they went to your parents and said, he did this to me. And then you trying to explain yourself to the parent and you telling them, oh, I didn't do it. That wasn't me. I never did that. They're lying. But they still believe that other person and don't believe you. If you know what I'm talking about, you know that feeling of somebody lying on you. Or you know that feeling of you didn't do it, but you still have to suffer the consequences of something you didn't do. And as a kid, for something small, saying, oh, you broke the pencil or you hit them or something like that, channel back to how that made you feel. Or maybe that's happened to you as an adult and maybe you got fired due to that. Channel that energy and how you felt in that moment and times it by 1,000,000, because this young man was charged with killing somebody. You was only accused and lost your job for something that you didn't do, but he was going to lose his livelihood and serve prison time. This was all on his mind. While he still has to play football, while he's losing everything else around him, and he knew he didn't do it. They had the video. Why didn't they post? It don't take you a year to get the video. They been had the video. Why they didn't put the video out? Okay, police make mistakes. Okay, but at least be accurate in your investigation and what you're doing. At least, at the bare minimum, after you make this mistake, you should be doing everything to correct it, because there's no way it took y'all 1 whole year, 365 days to obtain this video evidence of him not even being close to what had happened. Look what this says. Kyren Lacy should have known that his actions were the cause of the crash that happened approximately 72 yards in front of him. Huh? Come on, I'm not gonna rant to y'all the whole time.
Story also shows surveillance video of the crash.
In the top left of the screen, you're going to see multiple cars just making their way south to Thibodaux, coming from Vacherie. At some point in time, you're going to see the collision, which we're going to know is vehicle number 2 from oncoming traffic colliding with the vehicle of Mr. Hall. You will see another vehicle come to a stop, and then you'll see Kyren Lacy come to a stop.
The video provides key insight that was previously withheld, according to Ori.
At the time of impact.
Who withheld this? Who withheld this? Let's go back. Who's withholding information? Withholding information? Look at this. So you see this car right here. They're trying to say, okay, let's run this back a little bit. Because let's hear their argument. Because the argument don't even make sense. They sound stupid. Look at this.
At some point in time, you're...
So the crash is here. They're saying that this car right here only crashed into the car in front. This collision is due to Mr. Lacy driving and doing a maneuver that he wasn't supposed to do. Because they're saying that this car had to make this maneuver and had no other choice but to hit this car due to Mr. Lacy's actions, and that is why he is responsible for the death. But then, what do you see?
You're going to see the collision, which we're going to know is...
A white car come after. How is Mr. Lacy's fault and there's another car that came after? If they're driving about approximately 30 miles per hour, Mr. Lacy still ain't even up there. They're saying he's about 72 yards. He's probably more like 100. More like 100 yards. You know how long a yard is? 1 yard is 3 feet. He's probably 300 feet away. And they're saying a man who's 300 feet away is responsible for this accident up here when there's a car right behind him? Wouldn't it be the car? What? Wouldn't it be the white car's fault? Because it's directly behind him? And the man, because the white car is closer than Lacy's car. What? This don't make no sense. See, this is when you lack critical thinking and real investigations, and you really are focused on conviction, because this isn't a justice system. This is a conviction system that we have. They're focused on convictions. If you ever hear what is called the district attorney, they care about their conviction rate. They don't care about their ability to find and serve justice. It's conviction. It shouldn't be about no conviction. Look at this video. This is craziness.
Vehicle number 2 from oncoming traffic colliding with the vehicle of Mr. Hall. You will see another vehicle come to a stop. And
then that's his car. That's his car right there. How is his fault and he behind another car? Make this make sense. These people have no brains. These people is dumb. You know why they wanted to charge him? Because he had a name. If that was anybody else, they would have charged him too. If he was in the white car, they would have charged him. If he was walking across the street, they would have charged him. If he was in this truck right here, stopped, they would have charged him. This is ridiculous. This don't even make no sense. I'm glad his lawyer is still fighting for him even after death, because people need to get their names cleared. This is ridiculous. And why is the video being withheld? Why are you withholding evidence? What is we doing? I thought we want justice.
You'll see Kyren Lacy come to a stop.
The video provides key insight that was previously withheld, according to Ori.
At the time of impact, he's 72.6 yards behind the vehicles at the time of impact. Keyword, behind the vehicles. That is not how this story was ever painted. Never.
But perhaps the most concerning of Ori's findings,
sir.
This interaction recorded on body cam of a state trooper getting a witness statement.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes, and the brakes, you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that charger, and the brakes locked up to avoid that charger.
But then you hear Gold Truck, the witness who's the Gold Truck, what he says. And he says verbatim.
I ain't scared my car nothing. I wasn't even going for it. That lady in the back of me, she didn't know what was happening. That's how she called that wreck. She was running in the back of me. She pulled on the other side. And right in it.
I didn't skid marked or nothing because I wasn't even going that fast. That lady in the back of me, she didn't see what's happening. That's how she caused that wreck. She was going to run into the back of me, and she pulled into the other side.
Both Ori and the district attorney's office say the trooper coerced the witness into blaming Lacy, despite that not being his recollection of events. Despite Lacy's death,
Trooper came up straight lying. Make sure you say, what? What? Make sure you say that you had to slam on your brakes, you had to skid, and Superman had to stop your car because of the green Charger going too fast. What? Like I said, if that was any famous person in the vicinity, they was gonna blame him. Because why is the trooper trying to coerce him after he know who he already was? Why is the trooper focusing on trying to tell a witness what he's supposed to say? What? If the witness saw what was happening, why not just have the witness say what they saw? Why you need to tell the witness what they saw when you wasn't there to see it? Huh? You should just write the statement, Mr. Trooper. Since you telling people what happened, you just write the statement. It sounds like you're the witness in this case. I hope this trooper got hired. He need to get sued too. Arrest him. He's telling people to write false reports. So you telling me if somebody write a false report and give it to the police, they will go to jail. But if a police tell somebody to write that false report, it's then acceptable. And the police don't got to pay no repercussions or consequences for that. What? What's wrong with these people? Why would a police, a trooper's an earned position? Why would you try to coerce somebody? And then the witness says that woman was going to hit somebody no matter what. She wasn't paying no attention. Whose fault was it? The woman that we don't know. The woman that's still alive. The woman that went home. The woman that didn't get charged. The woman that still got her job, that still got her family, that still got her livelihood, and didn't have to deal with none of this. Are you serious? This is ridiculous. Troopers out here falsifying statements through witnesses that didn't even say that. Thank you to this lawyer. I thank this lawyer. I thank the lawyer for still fighting for this young man, because this is so sad. This is a sad story. The man took his life for something he didn't do, knowing he didn't do it, but due to the media. This is the problem. I hope the news take note, because the news stations have been getting sued. Whether you like Trump or not, these news stations have been getting sued for defamation, and Trump done collected, I think, $100 million from all the defamation cases he has won based off the lies that these news stations are telling. So news stations, you guys need to focus on being accurate and not being first, because y'all directly contributed to this man's death. Police, troopers, y'all need some integrity, some morals. Y'all are directly involved in this man's death. Lying. This trooper right here, trooper who? Trooper right here, lying, trying to tell people to write false statements. You directly involved in this man's death. This is ridiculous. The justice system, aka the conviction system, failed this man. Y'all failed. And I hope everybody a part of this situation that did wrong by this young man face some consequences. Losing your job but then being able to go over to the next county, that's not a consequence. That's an inconvenience, not a consequence. Y'all, they should have licenses for these troopers that they should be able to lose. Doctors, nurses, they lose their license if they malpractice or involve themselves in malpractice. But these officers can do whatever they want and not face nothing. Somebody need to find the name of this officer right here. We need to find him, because this is unacceptable. And thank you to the witness for telling the truth. Saying, I ain't see that. I ain't do that. That wasn't me. Officers trying to spin a narrative to get this young man convicted on 3 charges and say he's responsible for murder. When I was assuming he was 100 yards, but he was 72. He was 72 yards away. And he responsible. Y'all, let me know down below what y'all think about this story in the comments. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and at least send a prayer out to this young man's family. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out of here.